I like weird stuff, and it is truly fascinating how modular the AR-15 platform is. It's fascinating to look at what some enterprising and engineering minds can do to the platform. For today's episode, I've gathered some of the most bizarre AR-15s for your viewing pleasure. Odd AR-15s are more common than you'd think, but these are my favorites. The Fold AR. Just like handguns, AR pistol manufacturers have been trying to figure out how to make their guns smaller and more compact for years now. One company took compact to a whole new level, and may very well be changing the way we look at AR pistols again. That company is Fold AR. As far as odd AR-15s go, this may be the oddest. The company is currently offering its designs in a bifold pistol configuration, as well as a single-fold rifle configuration. Both come offered in 223-556 or 300 blackout configurations. The pistol looks like pretty much any other AR pistol during firing, but it folds down to just over 10 inches total length and fits right into a tiny sling-style backpack for deep concealment and simple transportation. The pistol features a modified and shortened bolt carrier group to accommodate the folding abilities of the brace. I know what you're thinking. Does it run? The answer is simple. Hell yeah, it runs. Gilboa Snake AR-15. AR-15s aren't complicated weapons, and like most rifles, they feature a single barrel. Sure, double-barrel rifles have existed, but a double-barrel AR-15? Well, that's where the Gilboa Snake comes in. This big, beastly weapon features two barrel feeds from the two magazines, and essentially has two upper receivers glued together. Gilboa comes out of Israel, and they produce a few variants of the rifle. For the American market, we get a standard 16-inch semi-auto AR-15. Well, as standard as a two-barreled AR-15 gets. Each barrel has its own dedicated trigger, and shooters can choose to fire one round at a time or both barrels at once. These bizarre AR-15s promise an instant double tap. Is nearly double the weight, complication, and high price worth it? No, not really. But it sure is neat. Fox Unit X1. Fox Unit X1 is an AR-15 designed for those trapped behind the lines of the Democratic People's Republic of California. Thanks to California's constantly changing, shifting, and evolving laws, gun hackers have developed some truly bizarre AR-15s. My favorite is the Fox Unit X1. The Fox Unit X1 takes the AR and removes the one defining feature that keeps anti-freedom politicians awake at night: the semi-auto action. This is a simple shot rifle that uses a proprietary lower receiver that locks the bolt to the rear after every shot is fired. Thus, it's not semi-automatic, but a button-action gun. The button is your bolt release. This makes the Fox unit legal, while still allowing for detachable magazines without neutering the gun or creating a need for special parts. What's neat is that if you happen to hold the bolt release down, the gun will essentially fire in semi-auto. Get a big hefty bolt release or a Magpul BAD lever, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. Iron Horse Thumb-Operated Rifle. The Iron Horse AR-15 isn't too crazy. It's a standard AR-15 with a proprietary lower. You can build it in the caliber you choose, and it uses a traditional direct impingement system. So, why is it on the list of bizarre AR-15s? Well, it's probably because instead of a standard trigger, you fire the weapon with a thumb-activated design. Yep, the user fires the weapon by pressing downward on a lever. This releases the hammer and fires the gun. It's odd. The designer initially wanted to build guns for disabled shooters, a noble intention to be sure. Along the way, they discovered that thumb-operated rifles were easier to shoot accurately. Reportedly, shooters shot tighter groups. The press of a lever apparently prevents some of the human error elements of pulling a trigger. Plus, gloves and cold weather aren't an issue. The thumb-operated rifle might be odd, but it's effective. Fightlight SCR. We started with a gun built to defy gun control, and we'll end with another one built to fight gun control. The Fightlight SCR took the idea of making a featureless AR-15 look not terrible. They did this by producing a proprietary lower that uses a traditional sporting-style Monte Carlo stock. Precisely, that from a Remington gun. This eliminates the stock and pistol grip bands, and when combined with an unthreaded, bayonet lug-free upper, it allows you to have a semi-auto rifle in all 50 states and even in New York City. The SCR uses a different bolt carrier and buffer combo. The carrier is a rat-tail design that meets a smaller buffer in the stock. It's relatively simple, and beyond fighting gun control, it's all kinds of cool. The Fightlight SCR even features a little less recoil, which is likely due to the stiff buffer. It makes your AR some weird amalgamation of pseudo-retro rifle and modern semi-auto weapon. Stoker Pyro 15. You can make an AR-15 into any caliber, even if that caliber is flames. The Stoker Pyro 15 is the first flamethrower AR-15 on the market. It's a fascinating design that's, well, freaking sweet. The flamethrower appears to be mostly made of standard AR parts, including uppers, lowers, stocks, etc. The Pyro 15 uses an electrically primed system to ignite the flame that's powered by your standard power tool batteries. Those batteries attach to the handguard, and you'll need to provide your own. The fuel tank goes into the magazine well, and, in the future, a larger backpack model will be available. The Pyro 15 hits the mark as far as bizarre AR-15s go. Pull the trigger and it comes to life, firing bursts as long as the trigger is being pulled. You can get several feet of flames with a 50-50 mix of diesel and gasoline. Heck, apparently, Mountain Outfitters will even bore sight your flame to your chosen optic. Make sure you check that optic's operating temperature range, though. Springfield Saint Edge ATC. Developed in conjunction with Drake Associates, the Saint Edge ATC Elite was designed to wring out the greatest possible degree of accuracy from the 5.56 NATO AR platform. What's different? Foremost, the rifle is built on the strengths of Drake's Athena chassis system. Machined from anodized 6061 T6 aluminum and finished in coyote brown Cerakote, the rigid design permits a free-floated barrel to improve accuracy. The lower receiver has several noteworthy qualities that could be overlooked, including a relief cut forward of the magazine well. Ahead of that, it's shaped for shooting from a barricade. The forend is also wider for shooting off sandbags or a backpack. Moreover, the monolithic lower receiver features 5 inches of Picatinny rail for a bipod, a beveled magazine well, an integral trigger guard, one M-lock interface on its bottom surface, and multiple QD sling attachment points. B5 Systems' comfortable purchase-enhancing Type 23 P-grip was selected for the Edge ATC Elite. Affixed to the front receiver is an 18-inch Ballistic Advantage barrel that ends with Springfield's own muzzle brake. The melanite-treated tube is chambered in the innovative 223 Wild, which, due to its dimensions, permits the best possible accuracy with both 223 Rem and 5.56 NATO ammunition. Given its focus on accuracy, Springfield guarantees the rifle to deliver sub-MOA groups at 100 yards using match-grade ammunition for 3 shots, and in the hands of a skilled marksman.